Hi, and welcome to PG Success Channel. This is a video prompted by some of the comments I got on some of my other videos, both recent and in the past. Those comments are generally, how dare you say that about this gun, blah blah blah, you don't know, blah blah blah. Okay. That's why the title of this video is Why Your Gun Sucks. Trust me, it does. And whether I think it does or someone else thinks it does, someone out there does not like your gun. Now, I generally try to point out the negatives about most guns. It's just the way it is. Mainly because I think a lot of the reviews on YouTube are kind of shit, just because they all talk about all the positives. Every gun is great according to YouTube. I think that's really fucking annoying because there are some really shitty guns. In fact, there are shitty guns on this table. I happen to think that is a piece of shit. This is a piece of shit mainly in its entire philosophy. I don't like Derringers. Anyway. So, there are a great many reasons why you may love a gun, and I'll hate it. Okay, it's sort of like movie critics. Most of you probably never agree with movie critics. Hell, I don't usually agree with movie critics. Why is that? Well, I'm an ardent film goer, and even I see, maybe 2 to 4 movies a month when I'm really watching movies. Now, that movie critic, he sees, I don't know, he's probably seen 100 films this year so far, compared to, you're at the most probably 2 or 3 a month. I mean, going every weekend to the movies is not something everyone does. Some people do. I mean, obviously there's a lot of repeat audience, but that movie critic in his life has seen way more movies than you. Okay? It's sort of like that with me and guns. I just got this the other day, and that's the, 305th gun I've bought. Okay, and that's not counting, friends' guns I've shot or any of that shit. That's just guns I've owned. To put it into perspective, most people who are watching this channel probably haven't even broken 100 yet. I mean, there's a few of you that have. I know, like, people like Yankee Marshall and gun websites and shit like that. I guarantee you they've owned more than 300 guns. But that gives me a slightly different view on most guns than you. I would guarantee it. Like the High Point. The High Point, to someone first getting into guns, they buy it and they're like, well, this is a great gun. Because they have, no comparison. I mean, they've never owned anything else. To someone who's owned 300 some odd guns, I'd say the High Point is fair. I mean, it works. If that is your only measure of a gun, then the High Point is awesome. Any one of these guns on the table is better than the High Point, except for the Derringers. They're just kind of useless. And maybe the 382. The 380 really isn't all that great. I have a PPK mainly because it's cool. That's the main reason. They kind of suck to shoot. They're accurate. They bite the shit out of your hand. Anyway. Yet again, back to the whole, I could say anything about any of these guns and make you think that they suck. Well, the Glock sucks because it's made out of polymer. It has plastic sights, blah, blah, blah. The SIG sucks because it's heavier than the Glock. We could go on with this for hours. The revolver sucks because it has 6 shots. Man, that mower is annoying. Anyway. So when I talk about like the Glock 43 or Glock 42 when they come out and I haven't owned it yet, you know, like how can you say anything about those guns? Well, I'm saying based on my experience in guns compared to what the price is and what the specs are, I'm probably not that interested in the Glock 43. Okay? The main reason I was interested in the Shield was because it was cheap. And, you know, if the Glock 43 isn't, you know, cheaper than the regular Glocks, I don't see any reason not to just buy a normal Glock. That's all I'm saying. So, when you hear me talk negatively about a gun, I'm going to talk negatively about most of them. Okay? There are very few guns I have nothing bad to say about. My two favorite guns in the world are probably SIGs and 1911s when it comes to handguns. And I could say lots of bad stuff about both of them. So, I hope this is informative. Quit your bitching, basically. I'll see you guys later. Be sure to thumbs up the video, subscribe, and all the rest of that bullshit.